Hey y'all, hope all is well on today. Look, here's what I want to say to you. I watched President Jimmy Carter's homegoing, right? And there were so many different aspects of this ceremony that I went through the motions because I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Because the way in which God used his life, the way in which he allowed God to use his life, because some of us, we run from it. We be like, no, we're not going to do that. Like, no, you don't want me to do that. But he ran to it and he stood with it. And as we was watching the service, I watched it with my husband. I said to my husband, I said, he put this ceremony together himself. And reason being is because he had all the presidents, ex-presidents, sitting over there on the side, and he had them sitting in such a way that you know that they didn't make them arrangements themselves, because they'd have been trying to figure out, like, okay, well, who I'm finna sit next to, how I'm finna sit next to. Nah, I believe he said, put Obama next to Trump, because Trump don't like him for whatever reason he don't like him for. We can't really say. He done said plenty, but we can't really say why the man don't like him. He had the Bushes sitting right next to Obama, and the Clintons sitting down on the end. And of course, he had in the front the president, current president, and vice president, husband and wife, sitting up front. Okay, and I'm just looking, and I'm looking, and I'm like, oh my God, because he stood for unity, he stood for peace, he stood for humanity. And this is everything that they go against. But when the people got up and spoke about him, especially his grandchildren, and especially long time friends of his, some going on in deceased, but left letters behind to be able to utilize him. My God. He was a mighty man of valor. And in Judges 6:12, he speaks about the mighty man of valor. He called Gideon that. He used Gideon to bring down Israel. I don't know if it was to bring down Israel, but to deliver Israel. I'm sorry, you got to get my words right. He used Gideon to deliver Israel. And when you look at Jimmy Carter's life, that man stood for nothing but delivering those out of the hands of the enemy, setting people free, helping them no matter what it cost him. He heard God, he listened to God, he walked with God, and he trusted God. And his life and his legacy shows that and speaks volumes to that. I did a video not too long ago, and the question was asked, what have you done with what you were given? Jimmy Carter didn't have much. He came from poverty. And regardless of standing as the senator once before, the governor, and then standing as the president, he went back to living a life as a normal man, but a normal man that still had people on his mind and on his heart. And he put that foundation in his children, in his grandchildren, in his great-grandchildren. So family and friends, I'm going to ask you again, what have you done and what do you plan on doing with what God has given you? Become that mighty man of valor. I also did the video on building yourself up as Peter. Jimmy Carter was built up as Peter, the man who knew who God was above all else, stood with him, walked with him, trusted and believed in him, standing on a sure and solid foundation. My God, I don't want nothing less. Nothing less, and you shouldn't want nothing less for you and yours and the people that are connected to you. Go about, spread the good news. Become that mighty man and that mighty woman of value. Valor. Got to say it correctly. And we'll be looking up the wrong things. And I want you to go read. Go research. Go do your homework. If you get a chance, I'm telling you, go back and watch that ceremony. You will want people to speak like that about you. You will want to live a life approved. We're waiting to hear from you, people. We're waiting to see the goodness of God, to hear the goodness of God through the mouths of people that came from absolutely nothing. Be blessed and be encouraged on this Good Thursday.